Once again, I'm up here in the mountains. We are at a very unique location this time around because we are in an area where I believe that the Pharaoh people used the tunnel systems to move throughout the mountains. I also think that they live throughout these tunnel systems. Back in 2019, a family came up here to Porter's Creek, and they were just having a good time walking around and looking for fossils. Well, one of the children happened to move a pile of rocks, which ended up leading them into a tunnel system that was about 8 feet by 8 feet, which traveled, they have mapped so far about 5.7 miles of it now. So what's interesting is they've been able to map a large portion of these tunnels, but they don't know exactly how far they actually go. You see a log? Sorry. In my opinion, the Pharaoh people could be using this tunnel system to move all throughout the Smokies. Not too far from here is where Dennis Martin disappeared. So the question is, are these tunnel systems reaching one that far out? We know they go from this area here all the way down to the Pittman Center. I've received several emails regarding strange occurrences happening here. A lot of people have reported strange screams, finding bear, like B-A-R-E footprints in areas where they really shouldn't be, as well as some other things that I don't really want to get into right now. But I decided to come out here. I brought my son with me, Justin. There he is, looking spiffy, to see if we can figure out where this tunnel system is. Can I get into it? Can I find it even? You know, that's going to be the biggest drawback, is because I don't know where it is. They said that the tunnel systems were used, they estimate them being used in the late 19th century. Now, they claim that these tunnels were built by moonshiners in order to run their moonshine, which kind of makes sense. There's a cave or something. Is it? I don't think that's an actual cave. If we could get down to that another way.
Hey, you can go down there if you want.
I don't think it's actual cave though. I think it's just a big ass rock covering. So I want to try to find these tunnel systems. You know, moonshiners are extremely intelligent people. They're very innovative as well. But I don't know how effective the undertaking of creating a massive tunnel system like that would really benefit them all that much. I mean, they say that the tunnels are like 8 foot by 8 foot. So theoretically you could move stills through it, definitely move the product through them. But at the same time, it would put you in a position where you were trapped. You know, I grew up in East Tennessee. I grew up with a lot of moonshiners. They always have an exit route. And it's a part of the moonshiner's code, even, that if you're working alongside some of your best friends, it's really kind of all for one, or all for yourself, rather. It's your responsibility to get yourself out of the situation. Now, whether or not everybody adheres to that, and there's a reason for it. Because if everybody's caught, then nobody can go back and get the still. Nobody can go back and get the product if everybody's sitting in jail. It's nothing personal, but it's just the way that it works. I've known several guys over the years that got hit, that were working with a group. Not the whole group got hit, you know. Things got to keep rolling. So we're going to see what we can find, see if we can get some answers here, and check out this cool place. So be keeping an eye out for any signage, okay? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Because the ones that they have found are going to be marked saying that you shouldn't be going in them or whatever.
If you find a big hole, you're just gonna get in it.
Yeah, that's why I brought the rope.
They wanted to know if anyone in the area, you know, just a year after the murder occurred, might have noticed anything unusual. I'm assuming here, but I imagine that maybe they were looking for hikers who might have accidentally stumbled across any of that missing gear that was taken from Scott Lilly after he was murdered. And another thing I want to note here is that so far the authorities have not drawn any connections to other murders or disappearances in the area. Because it's kind of crazy, a lot of the high-profile murder cases cases that have happened on the Appalachian Trail seem to have taken place in Virginia. But it does seem like there was some speculation that Scott Lilly's case might have been connected to some of the other ones, like the double murder that took place in Shenandoah National Park. But again, the authorities have pretty clearly stated that they have no reason to believe that Scott Lilly's murder was connected to any of these other ones. It really does seem like an isolated incident. Despite all of the investigations and the reward that was put out, nobody knows who killed Scott Lilly. No suspects have ever been named, and unfortunately, the case seems to have gone cold. I wasn't involved in the thru hiking community in 2011. I'm pretty sure I didn't even know what the Appalachian Trail was in 2011, but I went back and did some research online, and it seems like at the time and just after the murder, there was some chatter amongst people online about it. But in recent times, it seems like that chatter has pretty much dried up to zero. Not only among hikers, but also among the media and even the police. This is just my personal opinion, and there's definitely a chance that I missed something here, but from what I've seen online, it doesn't seem like investigators have released any new information about the case or any calls for more information from the public since 2012, just the year after it happened. Again, I definitely could have missed something there, so if you've noticed any press releases from the authorities about this case since 2012, please leave a comment and let me know. There has been a few true crime podcasts and blogs that have covered this story a little bit more recently, but even those are pretty few and far between. And I think what's most startling and just bizarre to me is that I haven't seen anybody involved with the trail community talk about this story, talk about this case. And to be totally clear, I'm not saying that's the case because people don't care. I think people in the trail community and people who love the Appalachian Trail just simply don't know about Scott Lilly and what happened to him. I know the chances of this video making a difference in the case is basically zero, but again, I just feel like more people need to be talking about what happened to Scott Lilly. And of course, on the tiny chance that anyone watching this actually has any information about what happened to Scott Lilly, call the number on the screen right now. That is the number for the FBI's Richmond, Virginia branch. I know this video is a bit different, guys, so if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. I want to get this channel to 50,000 subscribers, and I promise in just a few days in my next video, we will be right back to goofing around, making your mom jokes, and talking about backpacking gear like I always am. Except for now.
Look at that. That's cool. Look at that. Ah. Perfectly smooth. This is a really weird forest. Huh?
I see it at people's houses, but not here.
Say that again.
That plant? I don't see it much anymore.
Around our house?
No, it's around people's houses, but not around the forest.
Well, that's mountain laurel. It's usually found along the streams.
Yeah, it's not over here.
Right. They flourish next to the rivers and creeks and stuff. Let's walk down here.
That's probably what we're going to do.
Take y'all down to the river. Be keeping an eye out for like footprints. I don't think that the tunnels, though, would be close to the river.
Kind of like really open.
I don't know. Hey, look at the size of that rock. I wonder what caused that to break. What do you think caused it to break?
Water.
Water? Alright, I'm going on a total hunch right now. There's a bunch of rocks through here. Those are built.
Yeah.
You don't see them?
I can't see. I'm blind.
Alright. Well,
Wait, I see it. What? Oh, you mean those stacks of things up there?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I gotta top my shoe.
Alright. See, I felt like should be going this way. I noticed those. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh. Centipede. We can probably get across right here.
All we found crossing over here?
Yeah. That's a cool rock. It's a cool looking rock.
It looks like going down.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's like some kind of wall. It's like a old retaining wall almost. See, this is built 100%. Now the question is, who built it and why? It's a lot of stone.
Yeah. Like moss and lichen on it.
That's weird. Maybe there's used to be a homestead here. Something's been through here.
That's what you mean, Benjamin.
That's a wild looking tree over there. You see any homestead?
Looks like something went through here that like dragged his feet.
Yeah.
Okay. A long tail like a snake or something. Well, not a snake, but just a big.
The bears are still hibernating.
The bears don't do that.
They do when they're dragging something.
Yeah, it looks too like thin to be a bear. Actually, it might just have been there was a bunch of rocks there and they got turned up.
What, from like the river?
From something, but you know how there were like those lines that are like this, with the leaves go in the dirt?
Yeah.
It just looks like there was like a row of little rocks turned up.
Hmm.
Cause like, look at that. See, that's just from a rock coming up. And it just looks like that. It just looks like when you pick the rock up.
That's a good point.
But it was pretty like placed together well.
What is it?
Oh no. There's no really white to it. I think it's wood.
It's bone.
But it's like a, let me see. It's a bird bone
It's.
or something.
Uh,
I don't know. There's no marrow in it. What is it?
I don't know. Something's been chewing on it,
Something ate all the marrow. Like there's a little bit inside.
but it feels weird.
And it's really white. It's like bone's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's got like the density of an antler, but like, it's not an antler.
There was marrow in it. We'll take this home.
Yeah, take it home. Oh yeah, take it home. That's cool. Let's see if we can find anything else.
I want to get in that tree.
You want to climb up that tree? Yeah. It's a pretty amazing tree.